Welcome to Bella's Yoga Room. Today we've got a quick seated yoga practice. So I've got a chair. If you do have a chair, bring that along. Maybe you're sitting at your desk. This might be a little bit hard to do in the car, but if you haven't spent a lot of time driving today, this can be good just to stretch out those legs, stretch out the back, the shoulders. We're going to hopefully try and make this fast so that you could fit it into a lunch break. You're working from home or if you're in the office. So let's jump in. Don't really need a mat today. We're not going to be going down on the ground. So we're just going to be seated, a little bit of standing work. So yeah, when you're ready, let's kick off those shoes. Don't need them anymore, as long as your workplace allows that. You know, just make any other final adjustments comfortable. So we're going to start with just having our feet hip distance apart and really just thinking about pushing those feet down into the ground. So if you have been wearing maybe some tight shoes, it can be nice just to stretch out the toes, maybe rolling up onto the balls of the feet, just really pushing down what that feels like to push down in the toes today. And even as you're just sort of sitting here with feet flat on the ground, just noticing that position. We're so often hunched over, slouching. So trying just to come into a nice, really straight spine, you know, engaging that core, rolling the shoulders up and then back. So as you inhale, up and back. One more time, up and back. Let's do a few coming forwards. Excellent. We're going to be looking up now, just getting some extension in that neck, and then bringing that chin down to our chest, and then up again, and back down, back to center, looking over that right shoulder, back to center, over to the left. Inhale and then exhale, back to center. Inhale, over to the right. Exhale, center, over to the left. Back to center. We're going to get that right ear over to that right shoulder. We don't actually want it to touch, just in that direction. Not yanking, just gently feeling that side neck stretch there. Back to center, over to the left. These small movements are really important. We don't realize, you know, over again to the right that we get stuck in one position, whether that be at the screen or scrolling on our phones. Last time, over to the left. Lovely. We're going to bring that right ankle up onto over that left knee. And so this might, and it's okay if that knee is sort of coming up. We are really getting here, opening into that hip there. So you might just be here. You would like to sort of come forward and fold a little bit. You might feel a bit more intensity in that right hip. Just breathing into that right hip there. I often spend a lot of time sitting with my legs crossed, and I know that's like the worst thing that you can do. So making sure that we're also then opening out those hips rather than just having them that internal, that rotation. All right, let's release that down. Bring the left ankle up now. So that left ankle is over that right knee. And again, that left knee might be coming up and that might already feel really intense in that hip. So just sitting, again, trying to think about sitting up nice and tall, or if you would like to have a bit more intensity in that stretch, just coming forwards. Nice deep breaths here. All right, let's release that down. We're just going to place the left hand on the right knee now, and maybe that right arm sort of swing it either like around the chair, or it can just sort of come maybe just behind the back. And just looking over that right shoulder now. Still trying to keep that long line from the base of the spine all the way up. Coming back to center, placing that right hand now on the left knee, and then gently just twisting over to the left. Coming back to center. We're going to bring the arms up, grab that right wrist with the left hand, and we're just going to then bend over towards that left side. Really conscious here, trying to open up through that chest, not trying to like collapse down, really trying to think about extending through that right side body here. Coming back to center, let's swap arms, grabbing that left wrist, bending over towards that right side. Okay, going to place our hands now, both hands on the knees, some seated cat-cow. I'm just going to move my chair, but you don't need to. So again, keeping those feet nice and firm on the ground. And as you inhale, we're just going to sort of press forward, looking up, bringing that chest forward. And then exhale, tucking that tummy in, chin's coming to chest. A few more rounds of that. So inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling here. Looking up, getting that movement in the spine, and exhaling. Tucking that tummy in. One more time here. And exhaling. Okay. We're going to come up to a nice standing position. So you might want to either lean on that chair if you want to. We're just going to do a good old classic quad stretch. So let's grab that left foot, ankle, whatever's available to you. And again, holding onto that chair. We don't need to worry about balance today. Always good to still obviously think about engaging that core, but the chair's there. Really trying to just open up there across that quadricep, even get a little bit there in that hip. Over to the other side. Lifting up that right foot, tucking that in. Again, still trying to think really nice and tall with the spine here. Fantastic. All right, we're going to now just step that right foot back. So that left foot might be near the chair. And we're just going to sort of maybe just press into that chair a little bit. I mean, if your chair's on wheels here, it might be a little bit problematic. So you don't have to have the chair as well. You could just have the hands on your hips. We're really just getting into that back right calf there. Coming up, swapping over, so stepping that left foot back, just about, less than a meter probably, but comfortable distance that you feel supported. Again, we don't want those feet to be sort of on the same track. You really want them to be still maintaining that hip distance apart. And then just pushing into that back calf there. Inhaling and exhaling. Lovely. We're going to step a little bit further now away from our chair. So we are sort of about, if you think about it, maybe like a body width apart. Because what we're going to do now, we are going to just fold, and maybe you might just find that support there on the chair. Trying to keep a really nice flat back here, and bending those knees if you need to, if that's feeling a little bit tight in those hamstrings. Nice big stretch here, nice big breaths as we stretch those legs. Excellent. Let's come up. Coming back, we come back into our nice seated position now. And again, placing those feet underneath the knees, pushing down into the ground there. Sitting up nice and tall. Rolling those shoulders back again. And just letting the body still now. You've just done a few little movements, hopefully got the blood flowing a little bit, stretched out. Maybe closing the eyes if that feels comfortable, just for the final moment here of the class. Just noticing how the body feels. And again, let's open those eyes if you're ready to come back. So just being really conscious of even just how you're sitting, maybe how you're feeling, and seeing if you can sort of take that awareness of that trying to sit upright, engaging that core in, the shoulders nice and back. Really just aware too whether you're clenching, maybe in the jaw, in the forehead, opening up that jaw. And we're done. That's our little yoga lunch break stretch. Hope you enjoyed it. And if this is a useful video, let me know. Happy to make more just like this, or if there is certain other stretches or parts of the body that you'd like some more attention, let me know. Thanks again. And yeah, have a great day. Bye.